Not a stripper, a dancer.
Okay.
Solid gold. Take one.
Takes 3.
Ah! No.
You better hold it, because the drama is going diva down with RuPaul this week. Where else but the ladies' room? I'm Anna Rumor with PopCulture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from Comic Book.
And this is Social Call, where we offer up our unfiltered opinions about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 9. And we are diving into our inner BIT you-know-what with none other than RuPaul this week. Now, Nick, what did you think of this week's episode? It was kind of unclockable.
Yeah, like, we start off with one of, the oddest mini challenges ever. I know we said that with the Teletubbies one, but, yeah.
We keep getting weirder, though. We're upping the ante every week. This week, we go into the Maxi Challenge, which is like a dramatic homage to classic films taking place in the ladies' room with RuPaul. And I don't know. Do you know what we were really doing here? Because it was a lot of something.
I think it was just a lot of RuPaul having fun and
Yeah, which was a blast to watch. RuPaul was definitely the actual winner of this episode.
Ru, what are you? Oh, wait just a minute, RuPaul.
I loved watching him just slap people and camp it up. That was so funny, but it was a lot of the same scene. I mean, it was different, but it was the same. Back to back to back. It was like 16 minutes of this acting challenge. And it was like varying levels of funny, but no real high highs and no real low lows.
That's because we had to watch eight of the same things in a row, right? It's revealed that each queen has their own little section tailored to them based on some movie, and the movie really didn't feel like it totally mattered at the end of the day. It's more just, everyone was just campy either way. Like, it's not like it didn't really feel like it was that concrete of a theme.
But let's go through our tops and our bottoms for the performance, because there was a lot of meh. So let's just talk about who did really well and who did not do so well. Who was your top for the week?
It was a mix between Angeria and Gottmik. In terms of the camp tone, Angeria is just like a natural for this. Like, she understands just her comedy, and it really worked. And it was more like physical comedy too, which I just loved. She's just a natural to watch. With Gottmik, it was more just like, how mean could she be? She was supposed to dress it up in that southern way of like being nice while you say mean things, but seeing her just kind of say these mean lines was still like really hitting for me.
Yeah, she's hanging out with Violet just enough. I agree with you, but I'd like to throw Nina in there. Now, maybe it was because it was her first performance, but no one does camp more than Nina. I feel like she really saw her Broadway roots shine through this, and I feel like she got the prompt more than a lot of people. I think she really understood like the references that they were making, and I thought she did a great job playing with RuPaul.
That's 100% true, because if anyone knows camp, it is going to be Nina, and she knows how to play for the back of the room. So like, she was 100% doing it here, and RuPaul was loving it, and it did ultimately work for her at the end.
Now, who do you think didn't do so hot? Because I feel bad every week naming the same two people who don't do well in acting challenges, so I'll let you do it this week.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking Vanjie, but also Vanjie was Vanjie, so like it was still good, just not in the right way.
Yeah, Vanjie's always funny and charming, regardless of what she's supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. I thought we saw Plastique kind of bottom out again when it comes to acting. She had her redemption during the real estate challenge, but every line that she delivered in this challenge was just like not the right way to do it, if that makes sense.
Right, yes. Like, she didn't know what was supposed to be the joke, which I understand, right?
Yeah. The scripts were weird, so it's easy to not be able to find the joke, but she really did not find the joke. It was missing in action.
It was the same problem all the queens had, kind of. Like, they all just, I don't think any of them really understood the camp tone other than Nina.
I also want to just throw out that Georgis's wig was the funniest thing about her performance, and that's a great thing and also not a not great thing. So, all right, let's talk about this runway, which was a Widow Weep for Me theme. Let's go into our tops and our bottoms because I thought we had a lot of really good looks this week. It was kind of tough for me to pull from the top because I thought almost everyone could be there. Who was your number one, number two, number three?
Yeah, this was actually, I think, my favorite runway of the season. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and check just overall quality-wise, right? Just everyone was on top of their game. Even Nina. This is my favorite Nina look. I don't know how you felt, but I was loving that Corpse Bride look. Like, you just, on top of everything camp Nina was this week, that kind of put the icing on the cake. I wasn't a real fan of the reveal on top, but I love the Corpse Bride look. I'm a big fan.
I love that I was like, I loved all the looks this week. And then you're like, what about Nina's? And I was like, no, I don't. That was like the one that I didn't like. I thought the first look was cool, but like you said, the reveal, she looked like a wrinkly Cinderella. That was not the vibe for me. But is it the best that Nina has looked all season? Perhaps. Is that rude to say?
I don't know if that's a good thing to say or not, so I'm just going to say it. Yes, this is my favorite look that she's had. It's the same with Got Mick, who once again just impresses every single week. And this melted wax look that she had this week,
so
incredible.
Cool. Yeah, that was really cool. It was what she was like. It was melted latex. They did it like piece by piece. It was her and Marco. Like, that's a really fresh and cool take on a theme that we've seen a lot of iterations of throughout the show. I love that. I love plastiques. What was it? It was like traditional, like Vietnamese, like funeral wear. Beautiful, custom silk printed. She always looks expensive.
Expensive, but it wasn't really, to me, it wasn't really full Widow. I think that's the thing. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's the cultural barriers. I am just going to say that outright. I don't know, maybe it's something that's not connecting for me in terms of that. And I do apologize if that's the reason. But for me, it wasn't giving Widow. It was giving more like, I'm here, like, when you think about the I'm here being like hot at the funeral and being a piece of eye candy, you think of like Vanjie. You think of
my God. She looks so good. Okay, she's not in the top for me, but I kind of like want to put her there. Like, she was just wearing lingerie and a fur coat, but like, what lingerie and fur coat?
But it worked, right? Yeah, like it totally worked for her, and that's the thing. Like, it was the same with Georges, where it was just like, oh, that was just a dress that you already had, and you're like, well, I need to make it work for the theme and with the reveal and stuff. But it also worked for her.
That's true.
You know, and then you have Chanel, who had another reveal. This was a big reveal week.
Big reveal week, surprisingly. And like I've said time and time again on the show, I could never see another like Marie Antoinette inspired look and be happy. I eat those words because this look was beautiful. Bridgerton wishes.
Yes, she looked great. And this is why I'm like, oh yeah, everyone was like pretty good. I think Roxy might have been my only meh because like I kind of wish she had more horror instead of the glamour. Like maybe we needed more sparkly blood somewhere. Just relegated to the chest, it wasn't enough for me. We needed a little more throughout the dress, but she looked great.
See, I would swap Georges and Roxy because I thought Roxy looked so glamorous and beautiful. I love the simple white silhouette on her. And like you said with Georges, I was like, well, you know, we've seen that before on her. But again, everyone looks beautiful. Angeria has this beautiful spider. I think that's the coolest sculpted wig we've seen all season.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, I think we just said pretty much everyone. We liked everyone's look a little to a lot. This is the discerning taste that you get here on Social Call. Well, at the end of it, we get Nina and Angeria named as our top two. I feel like that was probably correct, right?
Yeah, like, just in terms of the challenge alone, totally. And when we finally get to the top two with Nina and Angeria and the Lip Sync Lover Girl, which is a great song, by the way, I was kind of surprised that Nina lost. I thought she won it.
Me too. Like, Angeria was serving, but Nina's kind of ooky spooky with the look. it was really doing it for me. And I thought RuPaul was like giggling away whenever she was doing her little thriller arms, her little crab walk around the stage. I was like surprised. I actually wrote in my notes at first that Nina won, and then I watched it back again. I was like, well, no, Angeria won. So I don't really know what was going on there. This is kind of a weird episode if you like didn't get that from our critiques. Wait, I don't really know what to do with this episode. It felt very, very middle of the season, and it is. So I guess that makes sense.
Yes, it really was all over the place, ultimately. And when Angeria picks Gottmik to snip, this also was like, oh, what are you doing? Like, this, it really felt like an all over the place, like, decision.
Snip, snip, bitch.
I was kind of like, oh, did she fall for Plastique's kind of like weird math about who you want to steal badges from to get to the top 4? Did that work, or was it just like, I don't know, Gottmik is doing well, it's a good idea? I don't really know what the impetus behind that was, but it was a good idea because next week we've got a design challenge. It's Eleganza inspired by RuPaul songs. That's gonna be really fun, but Mick can't earn a badge, which is a real bummer because she's really good at design. I'm excited to see what this challenge is though. I hope this can kind of like push us back up after a weird couple of episodes. Well, you know, we will be here recapping it all with you, so make sure you like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. I don't know, are we missing the whole point of this episode? Then like and subscribe. And until next time, head over to popculture.com for the latest entertainment news. Thanks for watching. Have a good week. See you later.